Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Brian by the Creek here, as usual. Obviously, it's not going to be anyone else. But today, you can see some Minecraft footage in the background, in case you're curious. This is just me getting elytras, and namely shulker shells is what I was after here. This is on my Minecraft server. Well, it's not mine, it's my friend Cody's, but it's what we've been playing on for some time. This is actually some pretty old footage. We're looking at a couple months old. And I've been holding off of uploading this just because it's not something I normally upload to my channel. But this is still something that means a lot to me. This series that we've been playing pretty extensively for, this is just a collection of me gathering resources, getting extra elytras for other people and stuff like that. But this server is a lot of time dedicated to, from not just my end, but Cody's end and Sheila's end and Justice's end, and even some other people like Colin and Ruben and Eddie. There's about, I think, 10 players in total on the server. There's about 4 to 5 consecutive players on at the time. And I just figured I would upload my experiences on this and show you my input of how I play Minecraft. I'm not Mumbo Jumbo. I'm not Captain Sparkles. I'm not obviously any of those big shots, and my content varies much more than theirs does. I'm not a professional at that stuff, and I'm more than willing to take some feedback if you guys want to give me it to let me know what can I do better. With that being said, the content I have for this planned already has already been like recorded and done ahead of time that I'm going to be uploading bit by bit. And Minecraft isn't going to be the only thing I upload. I still got some Siege stuff, some Apex stuff in the works and whatnot. I have another Apex lore video potentially planned. It's just I'm waiting for more lore to come out for Apex, so I can try to continue that. Of course, now with the leak thing going on, it's gonna be very hard to avoid leaks with like the 3 years worth of content being leaked or whatever from Apex. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I still want to upload these videos of Minecraft regardless. Hopefully you guys can find some enjoyment in these, and if you can't, that is fine. I will just private these, and I'll just keep these for myself. Mainly because this server isn't going to go on forever. I think I explained this in the video later on. But this server isn't going to be around for 10 years. Obviously, that's just an exaggeration. So maybe 10 years in the future, I want to go back and look at something that I did. Namely, why I started YouTube is because I'm able to, in the future, if I don't do this anymore, I can go back and look at these experiences. Like, oh, look how good I used to be at Siege, or look at these funny moments happened in PUBG, or you know what I mean, something like that. And because of that, I want to capture those and be able to look back on those moments that I can't get back, reflect on them, and that's something that I want to do with this as well. If you guys want to join me on this journey, that is totally fine, and I totally understand if you guys don't want to as well. I know Minecraft isn't everyone's cup of tea. I'm not an expert at this Minecraft stuff, and I am probably not going to make it the most entertaining. I'm still going to try to, but it's different from the comedy that I tend to produce or like the sweat fest that I tend to produce. It's just kind of me just being myself and trying to be creative and showing my envisions as someone that wants to be an architect. And it's not just about being an architect, it's about being creative, about being original. It goes beyond just profession. But I still really want to upload this stuff. Like I said, if you guys really, really don't want to see it, I can just make it private, keep it for myself and maybe my friends. That's totally fine. I still have other stuff. I still have Siege stuff in the works that I'm going to upload. I'm playing Siege again, although it's not super extensive. And the other thing I could potentially do is a Elden Ring and Horizon Forbidden West review. I both like both games, and I've not only have I played them extensively to the point where I'm trying to 100% both of them. I'm about 100 hours in Elden Ring, 70 hours in Forbidden West, but I'm getting to the point where I've played them a lot and I'm letting it simmer down, and then I'm coming back to play them retrospectively to try to get a feel for how do I feel about the game initially, what is its impact, what is its deliverance, and then what do I think about it retrospectively. So with those in mind, I could totally do a review on both of those games if that's what you're looking for. I know that some people that join this channel have joined because the 3 Forbidden West songs I have uploaded to my channel, and namely I uploaded them because I couldn't find them anywhere on YouTube or Spotify, which Spotify's Forbidden West playlist is updating. If you do watch those, make sure to go check Spotify out. I'm sure you could probably find the entire soundtrack there. I originally uploaded that because I couldn't find any myself, and I wanted to at least be able to have this myself, whether I private them or if other people want to join them, which other people do clearly. I think the one video is around 3,000 3.4K views now, which is impressive. Thank you guys. Anyways, I'm getting off sidetrack again. That's all I really have to say for this video. Namely, just if you care enough, let me know what you think. Do you want Minecraft? Do you not care? Do you just detest it? Do you not want it at all? As a community, let me know. That way I know how often to upload it if you do like it, in between Apex and Siege and Forbidden West and Elden Ring and all these games. Do you want to see this more or less? Do you not want to see this at all? Would you rather have me private this? Because if at the end of the day, I still will upload it, but I will private it if you guys really don't like it that much. And that's all I really have to say. I'm really sorry for ranting on this long, but without further ado, let's get into my Minecraft video introduction, and hopefully you can enjoy the world tour. Hey guys, what's going on? Brian by the Creek here, and today I got another video, a little different from what I normally do. As you can tell, it's Minecraft. I don't normally do Minecraft videos that often, but I figured I would kind of do I'd do a server tour like I did a world tour in my last world. In my last world, I showed off the world I did on my own, as opposed to this is a realm where we have, let's see, we have Super Sheila, Never Bow Down, aka Ruben, Lost in Open World, aka Eddie, Cody, aka Zintz. We got Zach, we got my brother, he actually just joined, um, and we got a couple other people on the server, but we have a lot of people, and I figured, well, kind of, show a video of like the progress that we do, and maybe do some other videos as I evolve the server as we kind of build up and whatnot. As you can see, we're already pretty far into it. I skipped the boring process of gathering resources because, for one, I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber, so I highly doubt you guys are going to be enlightened to see that in the first place. And second of all, I don't plan on uploading Minecraft regularly. It's going to be kind of a rarer thing that I kind of upload every now and then. But regardless, here we are, and I figured I would give you a little tour of the world and show you what we've done. And first of all, I should probably show you my base. So this is my base that I'm working on right now. This was originally supposed to be what I call the villager hall. So it wasn't even supposed to be my base originally. It looks like Justice is in there now getting some books. Uh, it was just supposed to be the villager hall where you go to trade, and then I was going to build my house over there, kind of do a giant Japanese estate. As you can clearly see, generally everything here is Japanese themed. And that's what we go for, kind of Asian or Japanese themed. That's kind of what the rule is. We don't have to follow that, but it's nice to kind of keep everything the same theme. Obviously, right now you can tell this is going to be a skyscraper, but it will be more Japanese oriented as it gets built up further with the platform and whatnot. We got a slime chunk here. I guess I could show you this real quick. Nothing special, just a nice little slime farm. There's tons of slime chunks on this, where our base is, conveniently enough, so slime is always an ongoing thing. We got some honey here, which is really useful for redstone, which I've recently started exploring and trying to figure out. But we have pathway here going from our bases and towers and whatnot. And obviously, this is my base. This is a giant, I believe it's pronounced Torii Gate, kind of a more religious slash like sanctimonial kind of thing in Japan. But I have this, and it's a blend between the like modern and like medieval Japanese architecture, I guess, if you will. So like obviously the lights are not, medieval, it's more modern, but the actual wooden atmosphere is more like the traditional architecture. And I have a little kind of pond running along. You can see the rock here. I think I have a light covering that. Yeah. Kind of go through. I had fish here, and I still need to terraform some more, but I got to add more gravel and level it out and whatnot, make it wider, and then add the fish back because the fish died. There was a raid and a lot of the fish died. I still got to continue it down this thing. You can see that I'm using lights to hiding lights to create light from here to prevent mobs from spawning. Since it's the villager hall, I get a little overzealous with the lights. I don't want a zombie to spawn and kill all my villagers because it was a very boring process of obtaining them. Daylight sensors on these lamps right here. Got the nice fancy little staircase. The pathway goes on this side, and this is going to be a spruce forest. Kind of see this side's a little bit better planned out that I did here. And kind of you get some different blocks, some tuff, some cobblestone, stone walls, seagrass, grass, dirt, kelp, buttons, stuff like that to keep it going. And I'll extend it this way, and eventually, when this is finished, I'll have it close off and wrap around. You can kind of see what I did there. Like I said, I want this to be a spruce forest. I plan on having a trail and then having some. I think I'm gonna do some tiny huts here, and then at the end there, where that lake starts, I'm gonna have a giant mountain built up there. That's the idea, but that's a long-term plan there. So I haven't started that yet. That's pretty much the outside of it. As you can see, I can use string to prevent these from growing, although I think you can use shears to do that now next to the Minecraft update. Then we have the temporary scaffolding that lets me get up there. I'll show you that, but I'll show you the first floor first. So I have buttons here to kind of look like knots on the support beams, aka like the logs. Kind of looks like giant logs going up. I got trapdoors here to just add texture. Obviously, you can flip them, but that's not meant to. Kind of like a rail system, or what have you. Someone's skeleton horse. Kind of get some leaves on the sides of this, include a little bit of vegetation, but not too much. I think I might change these to the azalea leaves, I think, because I think they look nicer. And then kind of make it add a little more bright to the build. Got white for contrast to the brown and the black, but still keeping the brown and black predominantly. Got some blue here to go in with the roof to complement the roof. And I still have to finish these two. Like, these aren't completely done. Like I said, I'm still building this. Wrap around here. Actually, I'll go in through the front door. I feel like that's more authentic. The front door would have been a lot more special if it wasn't the villager hall. It's just 2 iron doors to prevent mobs from getting through. I wanted to originally do like a piston door, but being it's a villager hall, this is a lot more convenient. I got a shulker box full of wood. This used to be all spruce and dark oak wood, but I've gone through most of it. I got some stems here still, some sponges and whatnot. There's villagers. I still got to add stuff here. Like, I got to add things to the flower pots, add the candles to each thing. And then I got my downstairs and my upstairs. This is kind of like, got some, like, what are they, are they raptors or beams going across to kind of like support the weight of the structure. These go all the way through though. Like, they don't stop here. Like, they go all the way up through the top of the build, um, which is kind of cool. Adds to the environment. I plan on adding a carpet too because I feel like this is too flat. And then you can kind of go through. I can show you the windows on the inside. It's the exact same as the outside, essentially. And then every other window, there's a little bush on the inside here. Go through. So I got Silk Touch. I got an Emerald Trader. I got Mending, Sharpness 5, Looting 3, Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3, and Impaling 4. I still got to get Prot 5, Piercing 4, 5, Quick Charge, Depth Strider, Respiration, Aqua Infinity, Smite, stuff like that. But those are all things that I'll do as I go. And you can see it kind of continues on here. It's a similar format. It's a very like plain format, very not like unique because of the villager hall is very redundant. So because it's the same system for these villagers, I can't let this be too unique. Otherwise, it'll just be really annoying to incorporate villagers in it. That being said, I'll probably add some stuff in the middle at some point to try to spruce it up a little bit. Add some extra things. I can show you this is an off limits area, like this will be enclosed completely, but I hide lights in here running all the way through. You can see that I have jack-o'-lanterns and shroom lights, just easy light blocks, and also bright light blocks to hide but create light here, just so mobs don't spawn once again. And then I'll have actual light sources that you'll be able to see, like lanterns and lamps and whatnot in the actual build, but for now, these are just here to keep mobs from spawning. If I go down here, I'll go up through the scaffolding and show you the second floor. I still got to add a way up, which I'll either do via staircase or a water elevator. I'll figure that out at some point. This is the top floor, or second floor. I'm actually installing a third floor. I decided recently to do that. I got these little, I don't know, what would this be, like a garden, not really a garden. I don't know what these would be called, flower beds, I guess. Kind of running up through. This is my temporary entrance. It's the same format. Once again, same format for almost every wall, going all the way down, and it still needs to be complete. This is the inside, real basic inside. I'm gonna change it up and make it more unique. I plan on doing a kitchen and stuff like in here. Since this is a multi-layer floor, like if I break this, I'm down here now. Like there's a negative space in between. I can just waste these bamboos. It's fine.
there's a negative space in between. So like, sure, it's not like super opportunistic or not opportunistic, but it's not super compact. It leaves a lot of open space, but that's kind of the deal with this is to allow me to get creative with my floors because I have enough space in between. And then I got same thing on this side as I do the other side. It's like I said, it's a there's a format. I created this on my own, kind of inspired by Japanese architecture, but you know, kind of basic format. Once again, it's the same process with the in between. This is going to serve as lights for the second floor roof or ceiling and the third floor. And then I'll have a different floor format and then final roof. As you can tell, these get gradually smaller. So like that is larger, this is a little smaller, and then the third floor, little I don't know what these are called. Are they like perches? Uh, will be even smaller than this one. Kind of going fast here. Sorry if you can't really take everything in. I'm not used to doing this kind of Minecraft stuff. I just don't want to do it too slow because there's a lot to cover and I don't want the video to be too long. So I guess I can go ahead and show you my basement. The basement is where I've spent most of my time.
Little spiral staircase. Going down, and then right about here should
Be yep, right here. Temporary bed placement. But this is the hallway entrance here. If you look here, this is going to be an aquarium. It's obviously not done yet. I still got to get more coral blocks, gravel, sand, kelp, and whatnot. And then I have prismarine from a guardian thing that we're turning into a guardian farm. That I'm going to do on the roof. Try to give it like a tank vibe. And then I got my maintenance area for redstone. I'll show you all the redstone stuff first. Like I can toggle this right here. This turns on and off. Kind of basic and pointless, but nonetheless, it's still kind of cool. And then this is where my smokers and my blast furnaces are going to be. Obviously, they're just regular furnaces for now. Nothing in them at the current moment. But that'll change. And then I have smithing table, crafting table, anvil, and then my storage. These are just like woods, seeds, flowers, leaves, lights, mob drops, glass, food, weapons, tools, utility, and then other assortment of building blocks that I'm gonna kind of use frequently. Some I use more than others. Like obviously I don't use granite and diorite much. I haven't used andesite. Actually, let my brother take the andesite. And then I have like stone brick, black stone, deep slate, quartz, nether brick, stuff like that. You can kind of just see them all as they go. Obviously, kind of everything is self-explanatory. Here's my coral. I kind of have some there. I need to get more though. And I don't know why I did with this. And then this is the start of my deep storage or my keg rooms, if you will. Walk in here, you kind of got the roof with dark oak slabs, some hidden stone, and some deep slate to complement it. The lava running within, a lot of depth to the build, if you will. Lava flowing through, just hidden ways to give light. Then these are obviously trapdoor floors with nothing on the bottom. Got some barrels, and then kind of like just a nice little area that I decided to come up with. Now the other side is the exact same. Here, if I go to the other side, it's the exact same here. Like I said, I have a format for how I build things. I kind of like symmetry, but I had an idea where like, oh, well, if I'm going to build that mountain, I need a lot of stone. And there's going to be building projects I do where I need a lot of a specific resource. And instead of just filling all my, because like this is my main storage. If I ever need something, I kind of just come down here real quick, look at a chest and grab it, right? It'd be kind of annoying if there was 7 rows of just stone, smooth stone, like chests. It'd be really annoying because, well, now it makes it a little more complex and unnecessary when this is just kind of like come down and grab something. So kind of beats the whole purpose of that. This area, that's the big boy, is where I kind of put like, okay, I have a bunch of excess stone that I might use, so I'll store it in here, and when I go to build, I will use it later. As you can see, one, two. Not all these are full because you know I'm not that crazy, but that's all the stone I've acquired from digging all this out. And this is the big boy. So as you can see, similar roof to what I did in the villager hall. The villager hall roof was actually inspired by this. I changed the villager's hall roof to look more like this. You got these on the side to kind of create light lanterns, and this you can see there's a lot less electric. There's like past this room at the start of that entrance, there's lava and lanterns and maybe torches if you're lucky. There's no lamps, none of that. And try to get rid of that and keep it for this side of the build. This is more of like the modern part of it, and this is more of like a traditional kind of part to exemplify the keg kind of old vibe, if you will. I got chains running around here as like a little makeshift fence. Originally, I was going to do a spruce fence, but I really like the chain idea, so I'm going to keep these. And then all these are barrels, by the way. There's nothing in them right now, but if I so choose to add storage here, just store a ton of blocks, whether it be dirt, gravel, sand, wood, whatever I'm collecting a bunch of that I don't want to store in my main storage, I can put over here. And walk down here. This is very bright. I got dark prismarine, which I think looks really nice. I want to use it more. I actually plan on doing an underground like secret lab with prismarine, quartz, and like black concrete and stuff. Gonna be cool, I think. So I can store stuff in here. This is more of an aesthetic look at this point. This is just kind of, like, oh, these have little taps on the kegs, as opposed to these just being kind of like standard barrels, right? Just some barrels here, some spruce going along. Kind of the same format. You got these tiny ones. I don't know why that's a bug where those don't close. Sea lanterns. I still have a torch there. I don't know how I haven't gotten rid of that. And then go all the way to the end, and then this is like a stack of kegs, right? I kind of experimented with the design, and this is the one I'm liking. Once again, this is all like done on my own. While the architecture is generally influenced by like Japanese architecture, I can't take credit for an entire architecture type of Japanese history. But all these designs I end up messing with and just playing around with in either creative or in survival. Creative, I have a separate creative world that I test things on, and then I come over here and build it sometimes. But generally, I come up with a design I kind of like and then start implementing it. And as I go, I get more ideas in my head. And as you can see, I did lamps here for lights. The candles are kind of pathetic. Uh, and I just experiment with the design and come up with something I like, and that's what I implement. As opposed to like this type of the build, these rooms, this room and the two smaller ones, are very, I don't want to say monotone, but they're very similar in color throughout. This is very different. You got the dark prismarine, like the greenish blue, and then you have the white and the brown, and then you got like the lanterns and the gray. But in the other rooms and spruce, like there's predominantly one color, 1 to 2 colors predominantly in a build that kind of, it's a monotone, but yet it's in a good way, I guess. So like I'm overusing a block to my advantage, if you will, to kind of deliver that storage kind of idea, and it also helps that barrels are generally a spruce color, which goes really well with the wood. Anyways, gonna do one last glimpse here if you want to get a real good look at this. I know some people probably don't care that much, like move on already, but here you go. I know I'm kind of moving really fast, so it's kind of hard to take in the scenery, but there you go. This is all done in survival, by the way. I have like 728 hours in Minecraft, and I would say that 200 or 300 of that is on this server. Over here, you got a pit that's still a work in progress. It goes pretty far down. I'm gonna do something to this. I'm not quite sure what yet. I have an idea. I plan on having like jungle logs kind of coming through here, and having like moss and vines and creeping vines and stuff like that coming on down. And you got crimson wood with an enchantment table. Your basic necessities. All these lights can be turned off. This is going to be a mine that goes all the way down to the deep slate, so I can get more deep slate and obviously, find caves and strip mine for diamonds and whatnot. And then this is the piston door. So I'm not real good with redstone, just FYI. I'm still experimenting with it and figuring it out. But press the button, it goes on a timer, pulls out the door, extracts. Now, because of my lack of redstone capabilities, I haven't found a way to actually hide the door on this side, but, it still looks nice on the other side at least. There's a button right here. I inverted the redstone. It used to be a lever action system, but I have it constantly closed. And then this, like, it's like I use a torch, and the torch goes off and it shuts off the redstone, or it turns it on rather. I got a little bit of copper that's wax, so that won't melt. And then this is the next start of my underground base. This is going to be a big ass building, a big ass room where I'm going to have a bunch of redstone contraptions behind glass. So like super smelter, kelp farm, some passive generating like sugarcane and pumpkin and whatnot. And then we'll get into the more nitty gritty stuff like an auto concrete maker and stuff like that, where I plan on having all the kind of general goods of builds that, are going to be nice quality of life savers. So, once again, not really a whole lot to show here because this room isn't done, but I can elaborate on that later. I guess I can show you the quick maintenance thing. This is nothing real big, but it's just a quick little route where I can access all my redstone where it's all hidden. There's the aquarium. You got all these redstone lines with repeaters. Very basic redstone running through. All turns off. Red repeaters to keep the redstone going long enough. None of them are delayed. I got a little entry, a service entry here to the piston door. I'm kind of getting an idea of how it works. I got some repeaters, pistons, more repeaters. This is where the invert happens, to where the redstone's constantly on, and then the redstone signal turns it off from the buttons. You can get one side of the door here. The other side of the door I can't get access to because I'm stupid and I messed it up. But it's fine. Kind of get a basic gist for it. Alright, I'm just going to use the temporary door to get out of here. But yeah, I can turn this on and off. The nice thing about this build is there isn't too much light in it. Now, before 1.18, I actually had to place torches down because mobs were spawning down here. Thankfully, 1.18 changed it, and now it's like just the right roomy light level. At least in my opinion, it is. And now mobs don't spawn, which adds to the atmosphere of the build. That's pretty much all I have for my base right now. I can show off the other bases real quick. Like I said, my base is still a tremendous work in progress, and it's a long way from being done. Of course, I'm going up here during nighttime. So we have, I guess, let's go and examine this side. Like I said, that's the Japanese skyscraper still in progress. It's going to take a while because it takes tons of resources. I can show you I don't know what this is. I guess like this would be the central part of the builds. This is the map that we're working on. Obviously not done yet. And then these are like goals that we have. Make a new nether hub. We haven't done that yet. Get lilacs, Japanese style bridge to connect this. And then there's going to be, I plan on doing a lighthouse to cover the skeleton mob spawner here. It's going to be like an old Japanese lighthouse, kind of influenced by Ghost of Tsushima, if you've ever played that. Giant castle by farm. This would be Cody's objective, aka ZINTZX here. Fill the HQ with Japanese scenery. Obviously, that's a current ongoing process. So kind of nice little, it's nothing, major. It's just a nice little like center hub, if you will. And then we have a little sheep thing here that Cody created to just get wool. It's not used all that much, but it's still a nice little convenient wool gathering system, if you will. And obviously these are to go back and work with the redstone or collect any wool that doesn't get picked up. Like, see, it wasn't picking up that white wool. So go over here and just do that. Boom, there you go. So, like I said, small little thing, but it's actually really nice. Then this is just a tower that covers a chunk that Cody dug out for God knows what reason. As you can see, minecart that goes all the way down to the old bedrock level. Now, obviously, being extended farther than that now. But this tower also has a format that I assume he created on his own design. It just kind of goes up like this. It's sort of like a watchtower or a clock tower, kind of. I mean, it is, but it isn't. And then obviously there's a beacon up there. But, kind of nice little cool design, the way he did it. This is the first time I actually used strip logs in a build. Now, this wasn't my build, but in my base, that's the first time I've ever used strip logs. And I gotta say, if you can incorporate strip logs correctly, they look nice. If you couldn't tell, we got handmade sakura trees, or cherry blossoms, however you will, that Cody's made with some lanterns to provide light. Try to keep the mobs out, but also make it look cool. Eventually, we'll get rid of the torches, right? Then we have the giant farm tower that created by my brother, and the other tower, which is kind of like a storage unit. And then we got a nice little makeshift thing for lava here. Kind of nice. I'll show the mob spawn real quick, and then I'll show the bases. Don't mind this. This is a template design that Cody's doing for his base. Obviously, it's made out of dirt now, but it won't be in the future. Staircase needs some rework here, but the actual mob spawner itself looks pretty nice. So we got tinted glass, so light in here, but doesn't get through there. Mob spawn at the perfect, rate. They get pushed into water. The water with like a soul sand pushes them up, and then they drop down. They're one hit, and then they drop items. Sometimes they die upon falling, but that's whatever. It's not a big deal. You got see, it's been used quite a bit. Easy source of bone meal, which is really useful, especially when using a lot of wood in your builds. And then you also have easy source of arrows, so you don't really have to worry about infinity. You can apply mending on your bow instead. And then this is Zach's old base. It's no longer, it's vacant. He doesn't play Minecraft much, so it's not like an amazing build, but it's not entirely terrible either. I've actually never been in it, to be honest. This is definitely a little more repulsive, but it's not a bad base for a first base. I've created a couple of bases before this in other worlds. Zach hasn't played a lot of Minecraft, so I can't get through the fucking door. Once again, that's a work in progress tower. It's a long way from being done, but it's like 136 by 136 or something like that, roughly, approximately. That's assuming that this is a square, so obviously you got to take off the extra amount that creates it a square. But if you were to say that this is a square, it'd be like 160 by 160, or something like that, approximately. We got a big Sakura tree, and then we have his storage tower, my brother's. I can run through it real quick. Once again, it's like a template. I don't know why the dirt's there, but you have a basic design that templates up through the entire build. It adds to that feeling of it being a tower and the copious or more unison format. So you see all of his chests with labels. He's planning on reworking that to change it kind of similar to my storage. More chests going up through. He knows what all these are. I have no clue which one is what. And then here's like his storage where he when he's got to do a big build, like he's doing that tower there. All those blocks he stores in here and comes up and grabs and then builds over there when he needs to. Kind of resource gathering versus actually building. And then it goes up for a while, but it's the same kind of idea, so I'm not going to go through the entire thing. And then this is the farm tower. Not every farmable block is in it, but a lot of them is. This is the nether portal, by the way, decorated by Cody. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Nice general little thing. You got a little sugarcane, little pond on the side. Looks nice. I believe they were fishing that too at one point, but I don't know. They died. I think there might be an issue on Bedrock. So you got your first floor, which is wheat. Then you go up. Carrots. Potatoes. Beetroot. Sugarcane. Sweet berries that no one ever uses. Pumpkins. Or lemons. Melons. What the fuck? Sorry. Anagrams. Pumpkins. Creep vines. I don't know what that's. Cocoa beans. Cactus. Netherwort. And the chorus fruit. So, chorus fruit, because Cody wants to use chorus in his purple blocks in his builds. God knows why, but he does. So yeah, basic little farm thing. It's pretty useful. I use the pumpkins a lot. Actually, I'm going to gather some of these real quick. But the verticality, main reason making it vertical was so it doesn't take up much space in a horizontal sense in your X and Z coordinates. Yeah. So like, farm still serves its purpose. By going upwards, it's saving space so people can build other houses around it and stuff. And then that's Cody's house, the old estate. He's building a new base now, so I don't know what he plans on doing with that one, but a ridiculously sized wheat farm, if you will. I could show you Zach's new base real quick, I suppose. Oh, ramen shop, the ramen shop. I forgot to show you the ramen shop. This is another build by Cody. You can see he uses trapdoors and wood and kind of just uses the different variations of sizes and width to his advantage here. Pretty cool if you ask me. I like it. It's nice and intricate. He uses like compost, looms to his design that I never would have thought of, personally. And then, using the terracotta, the concrete, and andesite and carpets for different colors for texture and whatnot. Really cool. Using, I think these are bone blocks. And then he's got a hopper up there to look like a lantern or a kind of light, hanging light, ceiling light. Pretty cool. Basic little shop, you know, but sometimes that's all you need. Got some bigger sakura trees here, varying in size, of course. And then that's an old portal thing that I definitely didn't rob the crying obsidian from. You kind of get Zach's base here. I think there's a door this way. Waterfall. This is his newer base, I believe. Okay, there is no entrance.
There is. It's behind the waterfall. There's a button somewhere.
There's a button.
Someone already pressed it.
Oh. Okay. So this is his base. See, he built into the walls. Here it allows him to get a little more creative. So it's not bad. I don't know what the hell this is. I'm gonna stop looking at this repulsiveness. It's a dirt room. But overall, it's not a terrible base. I think it looks alright. This is a stable. We got horses here, obviously, you know, and a fucking pig. Got a pig. I don't know where he went. He disappeared. We were planning on using these stalagmites. No. Stalagmites. Stalagmites. To the advantage to create infinite lava source. Because lava is, I mean, it's not really something that's always in need, but it's just kind of nice to have if you do. Yeah. Always go to nether, but it's kind of annoying. So might as well just use the new block feature. Which eventually, when there's mud, we'll have infinite clay, which is super nice. Even though we have a biome, a mesa biome for terracotta. So you got some terraforming left to do and some general building, but you know that'll all get ironed out. This will all get pushed back and whatnot. But still a nice big ass tower, kind of just central part of the build. It kind of establishes where the center of this area is. Like the nether, like that's the hub, so like that's kind of like the main center, but it helps establish what's all going on. And this is the start of Sheila's base, I believe. Some bamboo growing, some podzol. And you can see she's already working on the nature aspect of her build, and as the start of her actual house. Pretty cool. Eddie lost in open world is probably holed up in some cave or something for now. I don't see him making a big build right now. Yeah. His pride and joy is a skeleton horse that's still stuck in my base for some reason. And there's phantoms because Cody's AFK. Okay. I guess I can go show the area where I plan on building a giant... Motherfucker, I hate these things. This is where I plan on kind of building a nice little area, kind of trail path to a mountain. Go out here, I suppose. See, this is where the lake starts. It goes out for a little bit, but I'm starting a mountain there. I don't know if I'll start it in the lake or at the edge of the lake there, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be pretty big. I'm not sure how big I want it to be. I just know that I want it to be big enough to fit a shrine up there. An old like Japanese maiden shrine, kind of like the red ones. I don't remember specifically what they are. I think they're fortune slip shrines or something like that. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. I'm not too brushed up on my Japanese history, if you will. But that's pretty much all of it for now. Like I said, there's more to come and whatnot, but kind of just a quick speed through on what everything looks like. We still have to do a lot of terraforming. I got to do a lot of terraforming. Justice has got to do a lot of terraforming. And we still have other things. Like we have I don't want to show you guys the farms because they're super far out, but we have a raid farm, a gunpowder farm, and I think we have no, we're still working on the guardian farm. But we have a gunpowder farm and a raid farm, which is super useful for emeralds, enchantments, and obviously gunpowder farm for elytras and fireworks. So yeah, with that being...
So, as you can tell, this is clearly my first time actually dedicating to a Minecraft video. The World Tour video technically was my first, like, real Minecraft video that I did, aside from a couple of live streams. You can tell where I'm new to this, my commentary is a little washed up, it's it warms up and it gets better throughout. So I apologize for that. Like I said, I made this video beforehand, so there's not a whole lot of editing changes I can do since the server's progressed severely since then. A lot of that content would have to be discarded and start back over, and that just kind of seems pointless when all that footage is already set and done. You can see me improving, and I apologize if I was annoying there. I'm still trying to find my footing. A lot of this video was trying to make up for the stuff I didn't record making in the process. So everything that we built, I had to cover in a small time frame. So there's a lot to cover, making the video very long, but because there's so much to cover, it feels like I don't do a very good job thoroughly covering things. So this sounds like an oxymoron, but I'm being too slow by being fast, if that makes any sense. More siege footage back here as I talk at the end of the video, just real quick to give you guys a preface of what this video is about. The style of this video is unique, and the other videos of my Minecraft is going to deter a little bit from this, rather than being like, look at this finished product or look at this work in progress. It's going to be, Minecraft is going to become more of, here's the idea, here's a little bit of resource gathering, and here is me going through the motion of building this, and then here is the final product. That's sort of what I'm going for. It's going to be more of an episodic thing rather than regular random updates of just a bunch of shit randomly coming down. So, like, say if I sat down, I'm like, okay, let's work on a room underground in this base. I want it to have this functionality, so let's get the design down, and then I'm designing the entire thing as we go. And then you get to see the finished product, or mostly finished product. That's sort of the template for Minecraft, and I'm going to go ahead and edit more of them and at least private them if you guys don't want to see them. But thank you for watching, and I hope I can catch you in my next video. Thank you, and peace out.
Oh my god. Unnecessary. Drop shot was so unnecessary.